everybody. I hope you're turning up with your buckets and spades because I'm going to take you to the beach today. We are going to get creative with Waterfront and My Meadow tonight. So I hope you'll come and join me and we'll take a little trip down to the beach. So evening ladies, I can see a few of you joining. Welcome, welcome. Lovely to have you here. What an absolutely glorious day we have had. Good evening, Dawn. Lovely to have you here. Oh, I can see some lots of lovely names joining. Thank you. Thank you so much. Good evening, Joanna. I made it. I made it. Hi, Rachel. Oh, lovely. Thank you all so much for sharing your time with me this evening. Hi, Andrea. Let me just turn, oh, what am I touching here? Let me just turn the volume down and get me. Hi, Julia. Bless you all. Thank you. Has everybody had, evening, Lynn? Has everyone had a lovely day today? Oh, and Florida, Peggy from Florida, and Sue, lovely to have you here. Barbara, you've come to join me, and Mum's here, yay. And Lynn, good evening, good evening. Gosh, aren't you all lovely? Thank you so much. And Vivian, my word, gosh, you are all, oh, here we go, here we go, here we go. How lovely. Thank you all. Goodness me, I am a lucky, lucky girl here this evening to have you all sharing your time with me. Thank you, thank you. So, God, hasn't the weather been absolutely, well, in this area, hasn't the weather been absolutely glorious? It really has. Good evening, Kate. Yeah, it has been just beautiful, absolutely beautiful. Now, this morning, for those of you that saw my post this morning that went onto my blog and then naturally posts onto my Facebook page, we had the Stampin' Creative blog hop this morning, and the theme was whatever the weather. And so I came up with a card that took me back to using a stamp set. We have many like this where we have a stamp set that you kind of neglect because there's been new stuff coming, and I kind of forgot how much I really enjoy playing with this stamp set actually. So I pulled it forward and created a card using that, and there's a couple of little techniques on there. Hello, Paula. And so I thought I would show you how I made that and just recreate it. I think from my last post with the vellum, my goodness, hot here and finally opened the beach. Oh, lovely, Peggy, lovely. Yes, I think there's I missed some of the news, but I'm hearing rumbles in the jungle that there is a little bit of potential movement coming here. So yeah, all is slowly starting to lift, which is great. I'm still mildly nervous about venturing too far, but we'll see. She didn't have to us could enjoy the sunshine outside. Oh, I know that's hard. That is hard, very much so. And then even then, Graham's been having the doors wide open to let the fresh air in and some of the warmth and the sunshine in. But then the temptation is to want to be out there when you're on a conference call, or the sound of what's going on outside migrating in, and yeah, it's tough times. But so I'm going to take you to the beach tonight anyway. So we're going to recreate the card that I put out on my blog this morning, so I can show you some of the little techniques I did there. The last card I made here last week with you was using the vellum, and I've had some lovely comments about that, and I've also been seeing some beautiful cards that other people have been making and sharing with me, which has been really lovely, really lovely. So thank you for that. It's wonderful to see other people recreating what I've done and coming up with their spin on it, so to speak. So I'm going to show you, I'm using vellum again tonight, and there's kind of a reason why, and I'll explain as I use it and show you. We're not really doing anything of rocket science with it, but it's just the beauty that it brings to a card, in my personal opinion. So I'm going to stop waffling. I'm going to turn you around. I'm going to talk you through, first of all, the card that I put out on my blog this morning, and then I'm going to do, I've actually come up with a card that I think you could use for a beach wedding, or a card for a beach wedding. I don't know, you could probably do it as an invitation. But anyway, let's get crafting. I still need to get some, listen to that. Graham was in here earlier and I did that. And he said, you need some oil on there. I said, I know, I've been saying it every week on my Facebook Lives. But I have, and I haven't got any immediately to hand, I have started, thanks to a very, very kind gift that suddenly arrived, I have started to slowly put some of my dies into onto some magnetic sheets, because I had a very lovely gift sent to me, which thank you so much. You know who you are. I won't embarrass you, but yes, I'm starting to make some progress. So this is the card that I put out on my blog this morning. I'm going to recreate this one and then another card. And this has got a vellum top layer that holds the well, it's not even the sentiment panel there, the picture panel, because the sentiment is partially here. And then, so you've got that underneath. So it shows through in a hazy kind of way. And then there's the rest of the sentiment. So you've got, yeah, I thought that was really lovely. So the theme was whatever the weather. And I was going to pull out the under my umbrella and use the umbrellas and things like that. And then I saw this sentiment and I just thought, that's so true. You know, friends make good times better and hard times easier. And I just thought that was so lovely. And that is like whatever the weather. So it was a bit of a spin on the words. So there, let's get creating. I'll show you what I did. So in fact, I've missed my internal matting layer, so I will have to cut an additional one. So first of all, I forgot to mention about it. What a fabulous idea. Oh, I missed what you were talking about there, Vivian. I'll have to go back and have a look. So first and foremost, I have got a pool party base, standard size card, which I've pre-cut there very simply as a tent card. And then I've done a kind of your matting layer in here, but I've sponged it up because what I wanted was the vellum to make it look like hazy sunshine. Oh, the magnetic sheets, yes. Oh, they are. Honestly, if I had one to hand right now, I've been getting some comments about how messy my die packs are, and they're absolutely right, completely right. They are a complete mess, but oh my goodness, it felt good. The new ones, as they've been arriving and I've opened and started to use them, I've literally taken this sheet, cut it, put it in, and yeah. So foam brayer, pool party ink, and this is just plain Whisper White. There's nothing fancy about this. Hello, evening, Jacqueline. I've just this second about to start, so you've not missed anything other than a little bit of waffle about what we're going to do and what I'm taking you through. So I really probably should have re-inked this early, but I didn't want to do it just before the live, otherwise it would be too heavy. So starting off the paper, you then come down as far as you want the sky to be, or this could be sand, or it could be sea, whatever you want your background to be. As I say, I felt that the vellum then just softens it, just makes it look like hazy weather, which I just thought was lovely. Evening, Linda. Lovely to have you here. I've just been talking about my lovely magnetic sheets that that I was showing you that I'd started. So here we go. Just keep layering it on. But what you want to do is I kind of put the pressure on towards the top, and then as I start moving down, I take it off a little bit so that it bleeds it out a little bit. That lovely ombre effect. Evening, Mo. Lovely to have you here. I hope you are keeping well. I so miss seeing you, and I can't wait for us to be able to do something in person. We can catch up, as we missed out on our little treat of afternoon tea that time, didn't we? So hopefully we'll get that done soon. So you can layer this up as deep as you want. You could even, I'm just going to stick to Pool Party, but you could even add an additional depth of colour there. Let's say if this were sea, you could add, you know, depths of colour in an ombre effect. So I'm going to leave it at that, I think. And then I pulled out, first of all, my Meadow. And hubby has got a real thing about clouds. I don't know what it is, but he loves clouds. So just recently, because he's been home so much, he's been pointing clouds out to me. So look at the cloud formation. Wow, look at this one. And so when I picked this up, I just kept looking at all of these images and just thinking clouds. Now, I think this one really does look like a cloud. I think these are really supposed to be perhaps more so designed for waters, edges and grass and things like that. But I thought, who says that it has to be anything particular? So, if you notice there, I have used this one. I have also used this one. And then I used that little one. I think I did that one that way. Not that it matters which way I put this on. And then I used the one that really did look like a cloud. I think the only one on here... No, two. The only two on here that I haven't used is this one here. I thought looked a bit too straight. And this one looked more like a tornado. So I decided to... No, we're not having that. We're at the beach. I don't want a tornado. So we are going to stamp each of these up. So we'll do that one with there. And... on there, and then I'll get a couple of smaller blocks here. Hello Sandy, lovely to have you here with us. Thank you for joining. And there's that one's not quite fitting on there, but let's try it on that one. Okay, so we've got these. Now what I want to do, because I've just applied so much ink to this, I really need to neutralise it. Otherwise any embossing powder I put on there could just stick and it become not quite the desired look I was after. I'm sure we would make something out of it, but it won't necessarily be what I had had planned or was intentional. So I then decided you could use Versamark here. I actually chose to use my old Whisper White craft ink for the pure fat look at that muckiness. I really need to sort out my new ink pad, but it's a bit like an old pair of slippers. I'm so attached and used to this one, I kind of just keep using it. So I'm now going to, so I've neutralised that. Let me get my white embossing powder to hand ready and my heat tool. Now, I don't like to do too many in one go because I always think that the ink can dry underneath and the powder not stick so well. But yeah, look at the muck on there. So there we go. We'll do those two first and then I'll do the two smaller ones. There you go. So for a change, I'm not heat embossing. See, they're clouds. They look so cool. I'm not heat embossing sentiments. I'm more heat embossing cloud formation. As I say, I think these were designed to be grass and sea. Can you see that? No, see, I didn't do too well there because I have got a little bit of extra powder there. But yours won't. Yours will be beautiful. Yeah, I don't know if you can see. Can you see a little bit of extra there? I did sort of spot it and I thought, no, that won't catch, but it has. But never mind, it's right at the top, hopefully. As my mum would say, a blind man would be pleased to see that. So I have today finally set back up my Stampin' Scrub. However, I don't like to clean my white ink on my Stampin' Scrub black, because otherwise you get loads of white everywhere and it becomes a right mess. So let's just move those out the way. So I've got 2 more lots of cloud formation to do. So, forgot you were in another country. Oh, bless you, Carol. So tell me, what time is it when you say you're watching late? And then I'll tell you what time I got up the other morning, which was mad. Yay! Kristen, how the devil are you? Do you know, I keep wanting to write you a lovely, lovely letter, and I will get round to it at some point. That I promise you, I really do. Let's do there, and there, and then add a bit more. Oh. Powder in. I've got a little few bits of black in here for some reason. There we go. Yeah, I don't know what 3:46. Do you know, Carol, that's not far off. The other morning I woke up early, and I think I decided I would get out of bed and I would go into our main living space. We're all open plan. And I would set to some work, and I think it was around about 3:30ish that I was up. Life really does, Kristen. Yeah, so I was up super early 2 mornings ago, I think it was, and I paid for it the next day a little bit. I was very tired the next day, in the afternoon, early evening. But yes, I did get an awful lot done, I have to say, because everyone else was in bed and it was nice and quiet. So there we go. I do hope you're not awake at this time for any other reason than just happen to wake up and decide to join us. No worries. We don't want worries on people's minds. So there is the sky. Now you could quite simply just stamp on here, but I actually quite liked the idea of having a sentiment kind of in the foreground and something on the vellum, so there was a different layer. But you could add things to the background. Now I've pre die cut this already, and this was the hardest bit, actually, deciding what colour my beach huts were going to be. Now those that know me of old know that I grew up near Brighton, just outside Brighton on the south coast, and so I'm very familiar with seeing beach huts, and I could not decide what colour beach hut I wanted, because many a time I've really fancied a beach hut on Brighton Beach, but they're very expensive, Right, I'm now pulling out Waterfront. And this is the image here that I used. There's a few. These all need washing because they're losing a little bit of their stick. They've become a bit dusty. Nearly 28 weeks and you're expecting twins. Oh, I need to be making you a special card for that one. So life is super busy. Oh, I'm going to have to read that whole message again. Oh, congratulations. Oh, that's lovely news. Oh, I do like that sort of news. That's really made my day. Thank you for sharing. That is lovely. Oh my word. Double the love. Don't let anyone tell you that it's double trouble. It's double the love. I hate it when people say that. Oh, double trouble. No, double the love. Right, Sahara sand. I thought it was pretty obvious. If I'm doing sand, I'm going Sahara sand. You were Rottingdean and Peacehaven. Oh, my goodness. I was the other way. In fact, Mum still lives in Portslade in the house I grew up in. But yeah, how funny. What a small world. What a small world. So there is, remember which, gosh. Yeah, Mum's still down there now. I haven't been down for what feels like ages now. But yes, that was where, actually if I leave that open, it was where I originated from. And so I was thinking of beach huts and what have you. Now there's a few in, I'm probably getting you mixed up now, but so these are the two stamp sets, very similar. This one here, I'm using these little boulders. I think I've only put one out on a block, and the birds. Hazel, you're in Brighton too. Do you know, I forget you are. And there's somebody else, a Debbie somebody that I'm thinking of, that I know she is as well. But yeah, let's see, Brighton. Good place. Portslade, my auntie lived in Hove. That was where I had my first ever flat, was in Hove. When I first left home, I had a flat in Hove. And then I then started to venture inland. So I then went to Burgess Hill, then up to Crawley. And then Crawley, believe it or not, all the way up to, Coventry, Rugby, Warwickshire. And now I've ended up, I went back down to Horsham and then ended up here in Cambridgeshire when I met Graham. So yeah, I want to say I've moved around a little bit, but yeah, Brighton is my stomping ground. I go through the Brighton pylons and I feel like I'm home. So, you're all so sweet. Thank you so much. Over the moon, thrilled. A growing family, absolutely. Oh, it's lovely news. So, Flirty Flamingo. I decided my beach huts would be Flirty Flamingo, Granny Apple Green, and Daffodil Delight. I thought they were real, like, full-on ice cream colours. So, let's have a little look. Oh, I'd be thrilled with twins too. Absolutely delighted with twins there. Right, that has dried up, so let me just give it an additional squirt there. And so we're going to go Flirty Flamingo first. Let's just see. Yeah, we will go full strength. So we will add one beach hut. Yeah, beach hut's really expensive. Oh, somebody lived in Hill Morton. Wow, Linda, you and I, we have literally travelled round then. Oh, I need that one still on. It was the ink colour I'm changing. Yes, I was Walsgrave Road in Coventry. And then I went over to Argyle Street in Rugby. I loved it there. Renovated a house there. Loved it. Absolutely loved it. So this is Daffodil Delight. Let's ink that one up. Yeah, I had a lovely time up there. But then, you know, I was up there on my own and I was flying around the world. And it dawned on me that all the while I was up there and I didn't really have an awful lot of a social life because I was flying so much, that I thought I'm probably better off moving back down south where my friends are so that I can go out and meet people. And isn't it funny how then I move back down south and then I meet Graham that lives only 40 minutes from Rugby. Like, why didn't you meet me then? Hey, why didn't you meet me back then? So there you go. 3 lovely beach huts, which I'm sure, when I was down that way, used to cost around about, was it £40,000 or something? Oh, that's not going on the inside, that's going there. So let's get some adhesive and get sticking this in. Yeah, beach huts. The beach would be nice to go to. Although, I say, the garden has just been glorious. I don't think we've sat in the garden any year as much as we have done this year. It's been wonderful. So, you were Walsgrave Road too? No. Oh my goodness, you're going to ask me what number now, aren't you? I was just down from the shops, opposite like a church. was it something like 118? I rented there. Gosh. Right. That will come to me in a little while. That is bizarre, Linda. Right. Okay. So I have got a vellum card base. So this is the same size as... Actually, I'm going to lie there. I'm going to say it's the same size as the card base. However, what you want to do is you want the vellum to be a smidgen longer. So I've actually cut this down, the bottom edge of this, by a hair's whisker. And you will see the reason why in a bit. So I've very gently scored this with the larger, more kind of bulbous end of the scoring tool. And then very gently, don't kind of go mad. In fact, I've probably gone a tiny bit mad there because it's just starting to crack in the middle there. So I've taken that and just, you were 108. I feel like I was 118. I know we were opposite this kind of church thing and kind of diagonally. God, what was that on the corner? I can't remember what it was on the corner. I'm going to have to look back and then I'll have to message you. I'll have to do that because that's going to bug me. Right, this is why the vellum needs to be a smidgen longer than the under the card. Because if you can see there, I have cut that inside card to be very, very slightly shorter. If I hadn't have done, it would be up a little bit. And that's just because it's sitting on the outside. So it's wrapping around. And the only reason I did that was because it takes that density away and makes it look hazy. And I just liked that effect. So I've not worried about whether adhesive can be seen on the back. I've not worried about that at all because I don't think, unless you really are going to lift this up and inspect, I really don't think people are going to kind of do that. So there is that. God, it amazes me actually sometimes, a small world. I've been on holiday before now and been on one of these kind of like last minute cheap and cheerful sort of package holidays, sat on the coach ready to go back to the airport, and there we pull it into a complex to pick some more people up on this coach, and there stood right next to my window was my godmother. I couldn't believe it. Hadn't seen her in years, and there she was. Yeah, quite remarkable. Right, so I decided to just quite simply take some linen thread, and this is all that is actually holding my vellum on. Now, if that bothered you, you could add some tape or something behind at the top, but I haven't done. But if it bothered you and you wanted, now this is really curly, but I actually really like it when it's curly. Maybe it's because I've got curly hair. I'm used to that, but I quite like the curls and the non-uniformity of it being straight. Now I could curl that even more by giving it a bit of a, but we'll sort that out in a minute. But yeah, you could, now if you also wanted to save on your vellum, you could do a front layer and you could bring it down to, let's say, around about there, and you could just put some adhesive there. But by doing it the way I have, there's no adhesive anywhere. You can't see any, but it is only being held together by that. So let's do a sentiment. So I've die cut this little diddy piece. Thank you, Carol. Thank you. There's a little diddy piece there that I am going to... Have I got this out or have I put it? I've put it away. Okay, that one is the sentiment and part of the sentiment because I want that piece as well. Opposite the Music Museum. Was that on a corner just before you got to the bridge? Was that what that place was, or was it a library? I never went in it. Whatever it was, I never went in it. Right, I am just going to very quickly cut. It's a very small world. Right, so I've just very quickly cut another matting layer. Same size as the front white, but this one, whoops, will go on the inside. I'm going to show you some tricks on how I did the split sentiment. So, okay, here we go. Let me get a smaller block. White ones are getting mucky. That one goes in there. Yeah, I'm going to have to look that up later. I feel sure I've got it written down, the full address of where I was. So I will have to have a look. So, Pool Party Stamping Right marker are great for when you're wanting to pick out certain words. So here, I wanted to pick out the word friends. Your memory's not that good. It was 1975. Wow. Yeah, I'm not surprised that you can't remember too well then. I definitely wasn't there in 1975. I can't remember what year I was there, but I will have a look back and I'll message you. That is bizarre. Right, okay. Let me just do a little test run. Yeah. So I'm just inking using the side of the brush because otherwise you can damage your nib. And that's the point where somebody says, Michaela, you often do flicking, which damages your nibs. I know. Let's just do that. Okay, and then on there, I will stamp friends. Now, here's a nifty little trick for you. So, do you ever make something that has a tag on it and then you don't use it, right? And then you don't use it for ages. And then the day comes when you look at it and you go, oh, if only it didn't have that on it, it would be perfect. Well, here we go. So if you've got one of these little tiny, I'm going to cut that there, punch that there. This is really handy if you are if you do, say, craft shows, craft fairs, and you make something that you then perhaps, let's say you put a tag on it or something that is topical for Easter or something like that, and then you think to yourself, oh gosh, that would have been perfect for a birthday or something else. This is the way you change it. Where's my scissors? So I've stamped it, I've punched a little hole. Now, off at an angle, I'm going to snip into that. So I've just snipped there because now I can add my tag afterwards without the need for having to undo all of that again. And should I not send this straight away and I feel that I need to change that tag to something else, I can change it as quickly as I've just put that on. So nifty little trick there. So there's that part of the tag. Just put that in. Now the other part of the sentiment. Okay, let's give that. This is where you need really clean blocks. So I am going to start with, you should see I've got nearly all these blocks set up here. So I want Sahara sand. And this is the bit that and the hard times easier. So I'm actually going to work from the bottom up. You like that little tag trick. I can't remember where I got that from or whether it was just something that came to me one day, but it's a nifty little trick. So I'm starting from the bottom up because I found that easier for lining up and easier for adding to. So, and the hard times easier goes on first. 18 Argyle Street, Mum. Yeah, that was Rugby, though. It was Coventry, was Walsgrave Road. And I cannot for the life of me. I know it was 100 and something. I'm sure it was. But yeah, Argyle Street, you're absolutely right. But that was Rugby. That was my lovely house. Long Wimbush. No, I don't. I don't remember that. I can't think how long I was there. A year? 2 years? So I want the word better. Oop. Put the lid back on. I want the word better to be in the pool party. So it's the same as the friend on the front. So we'll just give that a really good inking up. Okay, and then I can add that there. Now, I need to ink up. This is almost a tricky bit because I actually want to ink up. Can you see the 2 lines in the middle? So that is the bit that I now need to get a shot of that. That's the correct colour I want. So I am now going to think about what I'm doing here because I'm using some washi tape and I am covering over the word better. And really wedging that in, yeah. Then take another piece and I'm going to cover the word friends or friends. Cover that top piece with washi tape again. Right. Okay, now I'm going to do a test run. So you're going to think I'm completely mad when I then take that and I do that with it. But that's because I know that it's got, can you see that? Actually, let me move rather than do that. Let me do that. This is just a test, okay? So what I'm doing is I'm wanting to see that it is not picking up any of the 2 top and bottom. It's only picking up the washi tape. But if I was to stamp that well, then, right, so if I now ink that up and remove the washi tape. You like that? I haven't done this in ages. There you go, remove that. Now I can pretty much line up the word better that I did before. And then, there you go. You see it? And I haven't picked up any of the ink top and bottom, which I checked with my washi tape, and I'm going to put that in the bin before I get bits over. But that was just how I pieced together the words so that I could make some colour and piece out the sentiment as I wanted. And then that was quite simply added to, oops. You like that, Joanna? It's it really, you'll start looking at sentiments and thinking of them in a different way of how you can, yeah, only stamp up certain colours. And oh yeah, I forgot that I trimmed that card down, didn't I? So that's a little on the snug side, but never mind. So there's that, and then I just quite simply added a couple of little sequins to just lift that a little bit. So there you go, there's your first card. That was how I did that. You'll like? So that is my first card of this evening. And the next one I'm going to do, thank you, Joanna, thank you. I'm pleased you like. So I rather like, they call these DL cards. And it's an 8x8 piece of cardstock that I've then scored in half at 4 inches, which I'll then burnish that. And I think these work really nice. Yes, you do need to find, thank you all, thank you. You do need to source different envelopes for this, obviously. I've still got some that I bought many moons ago, which are like real rustic ones, and I love them. So I use these sometimes as just a special little something. And then these are cut down literally by like 1/4 of an inch less in on each direction, just to give me a little border. So I'll have one for the front, and I've got one for the inside. I always put one on the inside, just for the pure fact of when it's a coloured card, I like to have a nice crisp white card base for me to write my message on. So I started thinking of beaches again. You like the beach hut cards? Well, I am now going to, so I'm going to say this was Brighton Beach. And I'm now going to take you, a few years ago, I was very, very fortunate to go to Alaska on one of the incentive trips. And we extended our holiday and we went from Alaska all the way down to, thank you, Lynn. I should send that one to you. I should. In fact, I will. That will be winging its way to you, my lovely. We ended up down in San Diego. At Coronado Beach, and this image here just reminded me, because of the roof of this, of the Hotel Coronado, and so I just felt I needed to do something there. Now, something we saw an awful lot there were weddings on the beach, and so again that made me think of people getting married in these, a beach wedding. I've already got it set up. So here we go. I thought I would come up with a kind of a wedding card for you. So sometimes I think beachy wedding cards can be difficult. So we've done Brighton Beach. We're now going to San Diego. We're travelling tonight. There are some absolutely gorgeous sunsets. You are not wrong there. It was a beautiful, fabulous holiday. God, did we sleep well on that holiday as well. All the fresh air. Right, I'm going to do some images over to the right. So this is exactly the same colours. I'm using Sahara sand here. Full strength for this, for the I don't know, I wouldn't call that a hut. I don't know what its official name is. I'm sure somebody might be able to tell me. I'm just, my nose running a bit. I think I've got a tiny bit of hay fever. Oh, Julia, Alaska, I think was probably one of the best holidays I've ever had. 11 days and counting, Simon, to my... that's it, a pagoda, yes. 11 days and counting to a Christmas card. So that will be clearly not next week. I could do it next week as an early one, 7 days, or I could do it later, the one afterwards. But or a gazebo, yes. So, yeah, I'll have to have a think on that one, but I did see one earlier. In fact, I nearly made one tonight. I thought, no, I can't do it tonight. I've said in a few weeks' time. So now I'm using Waterfront, and I'm going to use this swish here. You're doing some of the jigsaw. Yeah, do you like that, Heather? I had fun with that. Right, okay. So now, Sahara Sand, ink up, and second generation. So I'm stamping off onto my grid paper. Just realised I'll move that for you. And now I'm going to, that's a better way, it sits there. So I'm going to have that sit on a little swish of sand. I love these images. A bandstand, it could be a bandstand, Mum. Yeah, it could be a bandstand, especially like another Brighton Beach. But I've taken you to San Diego. Not taking you to Brighton. You live down there. I'm taking you to San Diego. I don't know. Take you somewhere like that and you still want to be back in Brighton. Right, what have I done with those birds? There they are. I've got so many set up here. So now I am going to, let's put some birds up here in the corner. So I think I've pretty much exhausted this colour. Let's put those. No, we haven't exhausted this colour because I'm going to use the same colour. So I'm getting my money's worth out of this colour. Yeah, you would have them in the park, wouldn't you? I've seen those in a park before now. But yeah, like a gazebo or, yeah. So we're going to put some palm trees in. So now I'm going to add the palm tree bases. And then let's bring some colour in here. So this... oh no, the picture's locked. You always get problems, Mum, don't you? You always seem to have problems, and always roughly towards the end. You'll have to come out and maybe go back in again. Maybe that will... Okay, so I've now picked out this image. This one is from Waterfront. There you go. This is a great one for... I'm not going to do this on this card, but this is a great one to do full strength. Oh, I've chosen my space, haven't I? You can't see it there. Let's do it. Oh. No picture, no sound. Oh, Mum. Come out and go back in. You probably can't hear me saying that. Full strength. Half strength. And you've got the sea and the sky all in one. But I'm going to do... Oh, that's so infuriating for you, Mum. You always seem to get problems. And it's not like I can help you from here either. Let's, yeah, that's what I was saying, Julia. Come out and go back in again. That's a bit of a wash of sky. A little wash of sky. Then we will have Granny Apple Green. Love this colour. Love. I mean, inspiration for an anniversary. Oh, you so could make this. Ah, you got married in St. Lucia. Oh, on Clifftop Gazebo. Perfect. Oh, my goodness. If I knew this would get to you in time, I would happily send it to you. And if you really do genuinely think, you can tell me what sentiment you want and I'll do that. But I don't know. Only today somebody got some cards that have taken a very long time to post and get to them. So these are the tops of the trees. So there's that. And then I'm going to... See, I just think these two sets are fantastic to merge together because now, see, so I've used those from there. I've used these on the previous card for... the clouds. I've used this on this card. I've used this on both cards. And now I'm about to use this image here, which is also already set up somewhere here. Oops. They really are dusty, this set. It's not been out and seen the light of day for a little while. So I'm going to add a little bit of greenery here. Might even do a little bit more. A little bit of greenery there, and then, oh, I think I put these ones back. Where was it? Oh, no, I didn't. They must still be set up. Is this it here? Yes. So we'll have this one back, and we'll have Sahara Sand back. And we will add these little boulders, I think are cute. Now, you often get, like, little boulders and rock formation, don't you? If if you think about it, and it like a bit of a cluster of rocks and things. And then I thought I would do maybe one out there, one at the base of the tree, just to, yeah. Now, it's not until December, so I've got, oh, you've got plenty of time. Oh, 8 wonderful years. That's lovely. And twins on the way. Well, I will, if you feel this card is appropriate, I will happily send it out to you. So you have to tell me. I'll tell you the sentiment I was thinking of putting on it. And if you would like it, and I won't be offended if you want to make your own at all, I won't be offended. But if you would like it, I will post it out to you. So there is that. Now, I think we need some sun. We need some sun. Oh, yes. So, Daffodil Delight. I've quite simply stuck with the same colours as I had before. So, we've got the sun here. Now, I thought we would do, I'd like it here, but I want it to sit just, I don't want it to just suddenly plonk. So what I'm going to do is, let me just quite simply, is that the sticky bit there? Okay, so just on a post-it note, I'm going to do a tiny bit of masking here. And we will, actually the bottom bit's not the bit that's the worry. And in fact, that side's not, so we'll just worry about this side. Trim it down. Oh, good, you're back. Good, so you came out and came back in again. Good. Yeah, you often get that. I must admit, I sometimes get problems when I'm watching Facebook Lives and I want to do all the little fun emojis, and sometimes when I do them, it locks me up. So then I have to stop doing them and write what I want to put instead of doing an emoji, which is fun, and sometimes you're asked to, and I sometimes can't. So I'm masking that, and now that is what I'm going to put in there. But I'm thinking I might just tone it down a little bit because I think that is really powerful and pungent. So I'm going to, again, stamp off, and then I'm going to stamp there. But now very quickly, I'm dappling to create a haze. Do you see? I don't know whether you really spotted that. I'll happily show you again. So I've stamped off, stamped it, and then immediately gone around. I'll over exaggerate so that you kind of get that. Yeah, so it kind of hazes, makes it a bit hazy. So there's that, some sun. Now, card base. I got that round the right way. Oh, I've scored that funny. What have I done there? Oh. Okay, let me very quickly. Oh, Kristen, you're not having that card. Can't have that one if that one's... That's better. Right. That's better. There. Lovely. So, let's stick that down. Oh, yes, St. Lucia. Nice. I've flown in and out there, but I've never actually stayed there, but that would be nice. Here we go. So let's stick that down. So, vellum overlay. Again, let's just... So this I did cut very, very, very slightly longer. Very gently. Do that so it's not pressed too much. Yeah. And then again, it's like if you see the strength of that, and then watch how that softens it and makes it look like a hazy sunshine day rather than the full, just hazy like Sunday morning. So now this was where I got to, and I thought, what sentiment? This was when I was like, this could be a wedding card, this could be an anniversary card, this. So, and then it was like, do I want to put, so this is where you guys can tell me, Alaska and Cindy. Oh my word, we are absolutely following each other around the world. Wow, that's so funny. Right, where did I put, oh, there it is. So we can either have ribbon, twine, linen thread, I mean. We could possibly even put both. And then sentiment, I'll show you what I was thinking of putting. It's from one of our new stamp sets, which, oh my goodness, I'm loving this stamp set. So, Love and Laughter Forever After. I think that is a really beautiful sentiment. I would give that for like a wedding or an anniversary. Do you know, I'd actually even put that on a baby card, I think. I think that is a really beautiful, beautiful sentiment to use. So what I was thinking of doing, I had a practice of this because I really didn't know what colour to do. Now, I have done this. This is on a scrap of vellum. I like to practice sometimes on things, and I'll do it on a scrap and then show it. So I've picked out that Love and Laughter Forever After as a sample. This has been stamped with Sahara sand and then heat embossed clear, so it just pulls the colour through. And I was toying. I am absolutely, totally willing to part with this for you. Totally. So you need to tell me what sentiment you would like on it. This was kind of what I had planned. But if you would like a congratulations or something else, you need to tell me then. Because this one's going to be for you. So yeah, that was kind of what I planned. I didn't want it to be too... Now, I could stamp on the underneath, but I just thought I feel like it needs something on the vellum. So that's why I was going to put that on there rather than, if I did it underneath, I felt it would... And I did wonder whether you heat emboss maybe with a gold to just give it a little pop of warmth. Now, the other thing, whilst Kirsten is thinking about what sentiment she might like to have. And if you can't decide now, we'll leave the sentiment off and we can put the sentiment on another time. We can do that for you. So I didn't know whether to... This is new ribbon. This, I've got to remind myself. I think this is from the... Forever, I'm still getting used to all the names. The same suite as this, Forever Greenery Suite, I think this is from. We could put a white bow. You might think that's overkill maybe for an anniversary card. It might be more appropriate for a wedding. I don't know. Or we could do like I did with this one and just put a twine. So it's a little peeled back. So you guys help Kristen make a decision on sentiment, and so we could have that, and or we could have that, so it's really peeled back. I wasn't sure, as I say, whether I felt that was a bit too heavy So mine arrived today in the last week. Made you buy it. Made you buy it. So we could have a little bit of that. So it's the thread. Yeah, I kind of feel like maybe the thread is, and the sentiment I've picked. Let's just put that there. I feel like this could be a little bit too heavy for perhaps an anniversary. I don't know. You tell me what you think. So we've got that, and we can, and obviously Kristen needs to decide on this. Summer youngest woke up from her nap, busy making a snack for the boys. Oh, bless you, not a problem at all. And if not, we'll just have to decide for you. The ladies are actually deciding. They think you should have linen thread. That is very loosely and crudely done, because look, it's big and saggy here. With that sentiment, that's what the ladies reckon you should have. And if you're happy with that, I rather like the twine too. I need where's my tissue gone? My nose is running again. You like the twine? Twine it is then. Twine it is. And would you like this sentiment? And would you like it in the colour I've done it, which is Sahara Sand, or would you like it perhaps in gold to lift it? I think one of the two. But you decide, and that sentiment comes from this. Look at it. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful. So let's do this twine a little better. And then we will sort out the sentiment. You like the sentiment too. Good, good. And you've got oh good. I don't know if that was meant to be oh gold or... How about, I tell you what we'll do. Let me do, you like it in Sahara Sand. Do you want to see it in the gold? I can do it in a scrap on the gold, and then you can make that final decision and see which you prefer. Right, let's do that. Where's my gold? That. And then where is the sentiment? If I put it back, if I tidied up something, gosh. There we go. And blocks have got dirty again this week. Right, okay. So let me, in fact, I'm going to stamp it with Sahara Sand. And then heat emboss it gold so that it's got some real strength behind it in colour. And then you can all make that final. I'm seeing a few people saying Sahara Sand, so you're obviously liking, oh yeah, if I do the gold, there's the new gold thread. You are absolutely right there, Linda. That would be a lovely combination. I think you're right. Yeah, pulling the two together. Now, when you heat emboss on vellum, you need to be quite careful. Hello, Kayleen. Lovely to have you here. Bless your heart. 8th wedding anniversary is bronze, is it, Joanna? Gosh, mine was a couple of years back, and I can't even remember that. Well, I could put bronze on, but then I haven't got bronze twine or anything. It's just, so maybe it shouldn't be. And what's gold for? That must be it's not 25, that's silver, isn't it? So it must be like a 50 or a 60. It's 50. Right. I think that might be too heavy. Yeah, I think that's too heavy. What do you think? Yeah, I thought it was 50. It had to be. Yeah. Yeah, good thought there, Joanna. You're absolutely right. I like it. I don't dislike it, but I kind of feel that might be a little too heavy. Would you agree? Whilst I tidy a bit of space here. Actually, I'm going to need that out. I kind of feel that is just a little too heavy. But it would want to be teamed with, oh my goodness, where is my gold thread? it would want to be teamed with the gold thread, which for the moment, oh, I know where it is. I know where it is. I am getting ready for the online launch party on Saturday, and so I've got bits in tubs everywhere. But yeah, I kind of feel that would be lovely, but I kind of feel that's a bit heavy. So Sahara sand it is, and linen thread. But it's good to see and confirm. It's nice to see alternatives. And when you do that, sometimes you look at it, you think, no, but that would suit a such and such card. And all of a sudden you find yourself making that as well. I'm loving some of these new ribbons. This is a beautiful one. Love, love, love. Okay, let's put that to one side and let's get putting. So we're going to do that one on there. Okay, let's do the sentiment first. Pull that out. So this is where I'm now going to go and commit to this. Yeah, when you are heat embossing on vellum, you have to be quite careful that you don't overheat because it will warp and buckle. So let's make sure I have got clear embossing powder. Clear. Looks white, but it is clear. So let's get that to hand. And my little spoon. And the sentiment. Into Sahara sand. Now I really want to make sure that I get this straight, because this is a card for a very special reason, and it is actually going to get used. So look away whilst I get this. I'm going to do that there. You've now got to, that's not straight. Or is it? Is it the vellum that I've shifted? No, I think it's the vellum actually. Because it's you've now got to make sure that you put this somewhere where you're going to remember where you've put it, because if this isn't needed till December, you're going to be like, oh, where's that card she made me? There we go. Move that to there. I'm working in a right old mess tonight. So yeah, my kind of, what I tend to do when I'm heat embossing vellum is to just keep the heat tool moving, so you don't stay in one area for any length of time. Alright, I'm going to do a little bit from the back of that because I can see that slowly starting to warp a bit. It's just starting to take. There we go. Lovely, lovely. So then that can go in under there. Let's move that before I go getting something in it. And then we will add, and what I will probably do is send an insert that isn't stuck down so that you can write it, and if you're not happy you can cut another one and write it again, so that you you're not committed to one. Came late to the party but love that card. Thank you so much, Sylvia. How are you? I really hope you and your husband are keeping well at this very strange time right now. Most odd, strange time. Missing everybody. Here is this card. is very loose. Look at that. Goodness me, Michaela. Don't worry, that's not going to get wasted. That will get used, but not on this card. How did that happen? That's why I like to do a double knot as well, but somehow that was saggy. Maybe it wasn't tight on the inside. There we go. That feels tight. Okay. There's that. And then concentration. That's better. Much better. There we go. Do you know, Sylvia, I was only thinking about you the other day because I was thinking I want to print off a couple of photos. I don't blame you staying in for the time being. That is exactly how I feel. I'm in no hurry to venture far. I don't blame you. We'll leave those a bit curly. I like them when they're a bit curly. They're a bit haphazard and carefree. Carefree. That one's a tinsy bit long though, but I do like it being long. There. Do we think it needs any other shimmer or anything else? I really like that. I'm pleased with that, and I am delighted that it is going to some use. Oh, do you know what's so lovely this evening? I don't normally get to necessarily see all your lovely hearts and things like that, but this evening on my laptop I'm actually seeing them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I very seldom do. For some reason they don't always show up. So they are the two cards. Well, that was the card that I made this evening. I've just not put the sequins on, but there we go. There is that and that one. Could probably put a couple of sequins there, but I'm not tempted. Perfect. Oh, good. I am so pleased. As I say, that's going to wing its way out to you. What I will do is I will put a layer in for you to write and stick down, but I won't stick it down for you. I'll leave you to do that. And maybe we need another little something. Maybe just palm trees. A couple of palm trees. I'm going to do that for you. Let's just put a couple of little palm trees. Where is the... Oh, it's still out. A couple of palm trees. Hello from France. And how are we all out in France? Are we good? What have I just... Oh, just put it away. Just put it away. So let's just do a couple of little palm trees down here to pull the inside in with the outside. And so there you go. We started off in Brighton. We went to San Diego and we ended up in St. Lucia. There. Your passports haven't been used as much in the last, I don't know how many weeks. Is it 10 weeks now we've been like this? Love that palm tree. Love that. And we just need a tiny bit of sand or something. So which one of these? Not those ones. I think that one will probably do it. For a tiny bit of sand at the bottom. Lovely in Michigan. Lovely. Oh, bless you. I like hearing nice weather everywhere. Everyone enjoying some nice weather. Lifts your spirits, doesn't it? Right, let's just see. And then the palm tree's coming out of it. Lovely. But I'll do second generation, so it's a bit more... Yeah, no, we will do it that way. There. Bye, Barbara. You take care. Thanks for joining. So there you go. We'll add that. I say I won't stick it in, but I will send it with it, so that you have got an internal piece there, so that it kind of goes with that, and then you can write what you need to and stick that in. I'd hate to put it in and then you're like, oh no, I've messed it up, I haven't written it as I want to. But there you are, that one and that one tonight. There. I hope you enjoyed that. I certainly did, and I certainly enjoyed making something that I know is going to actually be used there. Let's turn you around whilst I'm just wiping my nose again. As I say, I think I've got a little bit of hay fever. I think it's because I've been down in the summer house here with the doors open and tree pollen and all things like that, so it's all a bit yeah, a bit, eyes starting to feel scratchy. My dad's probably tired as well, so such a gem. Oh, it's been a pleasure. It's been a real pleasure. Let's just turn that down. It's right in my eyes there. No, I've really enjoyed that. Thank you. Thank you for your time with me and helping me along there. Really pleased you enjoyed that. And oh my goodness, what things have I got coming your way now? So, wow. Saturday, I'm going to be super busy. If you haven't already signed up and you want to, you are not too late. Look at my eyes. See what I mean? It is not too late if you still want to sign up to our online launch party that I'm doing with Tanya Reese out in Australia. It is not too late. Yeah, I think it is tree pollen. You can still do that now. There was a link, I think, just the previous post to this. You can just sign up. There's a really nominal fee, but you can come into the group. It's a little bit late now for me to be sending out make and take packs and things like that, but there's going to be loads going on. So we have got six Facebook lives throughout the course of the day, 3 from Tanya and 3 from myself, all new products. We have got 4 make and take videos that will be aired. They are just short little videos, no more than 10, 11 minutes. There's some fun and games going on that's already started just to build up the excitement of the new catalogue coming. The new catalogue launches next week on the 3rd, but this Saturday, Tanya and I are bringing our launch party online. What you won't be seeing, I think there's been some confusion. I think some people think that I'm going to be going live on my main page here, but it won't be happening here. It's happening in a private group. So if you want to join in, there is still plenty of time for you to join in, and you don't have to be in either of our markets, UK and Australia. You can be in a completely different market. We just can't and that's why the price is different. We can't include you in the prize patrol, in the prizes, or invite you into the early access to our sales. But you can still come in. Oh, that's all right, Alison. You know it's all recorded here and you're very welcome to watch back. It is... for every Facebook Live and for every make and take, there will be PDFs available. So you would have all access to that and more to be able to just watch and enjoy. So if you want some inspiration of what to do with the new products when they launch next week, you want some inspiration of what to potentially spend your money on, we can help you. We're going to have some fun. I'm really looking forward to it. A whole day of it on Saturday. I think the first Facebook Live kicks off. Tanya starts it. I think that's 7 o'clock in the morning UK time. And then they're nicely paced out all the way throughout the whole of the day. And I think she finishes off one at midnight. I think I do. Seriously, Linda, I am so excited for this. It's just going to be fantastic. If lockdown has stopped me from being able to do an in-person launch, which I love doing, I mean, launches for me are a big highlight of the year, and it's my time to spoil my customers and just have some fun together, and we can't do it. So this is just something different, and I'm really looking forward to it. But yeah, I think it's Tanya does the first 2 Facebook Lives, I do the next 3, and it's done that way. We haven't alternated because obviously we need to do it when Tanya's awake, and vice versa. So, but yeah, we've got a lot. It is really seriously going to be exciting. So it's all slowly starting to brew up now. So please, if you still want to come and join us and come and join in the fun, you would be most welcome. It is literally a nominal £4. £4, and that is for what, 6, 10 PDFs, 6 Facebook Lives, 4 make and take videos, and just a lot of fun and banter and inspiration along the way. So do come and join us if you want to. I'd love for you to join us. And yeah, I will be busy on Saturday, but really looking forward to it. And then I think Sunday I'll probably just flop and do nothing. So I will love and leave you for now. For those of you that do join me on Saturday, I will see you on Saturday. And then for those that don't, I will see you next week with some more fun and probably new product. So you take care, and I will see you all soon. Thanks for joining. Bye.